More disappointment, anger and sorrow from the families of the missing passengers as another day passed with no new survivors found, and more confusion and miscommunication.
4 days have now passed since search and rescue operations began, and hopes are dimming. But families and rescuers are clinging on to the hope that the ferry, now completely submerged, may contain pockets of air that could sustain the missing.
As of now, 29 passengers have officially been confirmed dead and 273 remain missing out of the 476 passengers and crew. For the latest on the ferry sinking and other updates, we have Connie Lee standing by in the newsroom.
Connie, we heard news earlier this morning that divers have spotted bodies inside the hull for the first time since rescue operations began on Wednesday. What's the latest?
Well, just a few hours ago today on Saturday, officials said divers may have found 3 possible bodies inside the 4th floor of the sunken ferry. Now, divers were not actually able to get inside the ship early this morning because they couldn't break through the windows. But officials say they are currently working on it at this time. And we'll be bringing more on that as the updates come in. But in the meantime, there has been a change of the total number of passengers inside that ferry. Now, late Friday, government officials acknowledged that they made a mistake in tallying up the numbers. One more person was added to the total number of passengers, making it 476 people on that ferry and not 475 as originally reported. But the number of rescued has been reduced to 174 from 179. And as you can imagine, this has caused outrage from relatives of those still unaccounted for. And the number of dead is currently at 29. And new this Saturday morning here in Korea, the captain of the ferry and 2 other crew members are in custody right now and have been formally charged. The 68-year-old Captain Lee Jun-seok is charged with 5 violations. This includes charges of negligence and a violation of a ship crew law, which requires crew to remain on the ship until all passengers escape. Now you can finally see his face here. After leaving a court hearing early this morning, the captain spoke to reporters, and here he tells them that he told people to evacuate. Let's hear for ourselves.
퇴선 명령 내리셨어요?
네.
승객들한테도 내리셨어요?
네. 불릴 때 있던 게 아니라 그 항로 지시하고 잠시 침실에 볼일에서 잠시 갔다 온 사이에 그렇게 된 겁니다.
And there you hear it, the captain is basically saying it wasn't his fault that the ship had tipped over. And earlier, he clearly said yes, he did tell passengers to evacuate. But as we've continually heard from surviving passengers, they say they never heard those orders. Chinju Mark.
Yes, and Connie, we must understand that under maritime law, the long and short of it is that if the captain is completely responsible for the ship, the safety of the passengers and the actions of the crew.
And it wasn't just the captain facing the law. 2 more crew members were charged and arrested. Could you tell us more about that?
Well, the 2 other crew members who are also in custody is a 25-year-old third mate with the surname Park. Now, he was reportedly at the helm of the ferry when it sank. Now, another crew member is a 55-year-old man of the surname Cho. Now, these people were apparently the first ones to escape the sinking ferry.
Yeah, that's really shocking if true. It is their responsibility to stay on board and oversee an orderly evacuation. And we've heard countless stories from surviving passengers, Connie, that they were even told to stay inside and not move, even putting on their life vests and staying within the confines of the ferry.
That's right, Mark. And actually, there's a new amateur video released today taken by a passenger which shows people staying put inside their cabins, even though the ship was clearly severely tilted. You see here passengers passing out life vests and some already wearing them. Passengers say they thought about evacuating the ship earlier, but because the announcement from the ship's crew told them to stay put, that's exactly what they did. Now, that's all I have for you right now from the newsroom. Back to you guys, Shinju and Mark.
Thanks, Connie, for that.